This is the Aldora Devlog, let us begin. Okay, so when it comes towards the game for today, I've actually done the rest of the animations for the character. If we go in towards here, we have a little attacking animation. Remember, these will get layered on top of other different types of things. And when we go in towards our crafting, we just have a little arm just standardly moving. His death is literally... he curls up on the floor. I may be redoing that because it looks terrible. For the mounted version, there is a plan for this one. It's a little bit it's going to be a little bit weird, so to speak, but it will definitely fit the theme of the game in everything to that effect. So currently, as it stands, it just is literally a torso and two arms, but we'll get round to that later on. Following on to that, we have our cast ability, and this one's the one I like the most because it actually proper feels like you're casting. And the thing that I actually did with this is, if we go in towards the actual game, we turn the music down again, and we go to full screen mode, we can actually see these in action. So let's press R1 for attacking. So he's doing that, he's doing a little attack thing. Doesn't look that great, I'll be honest, so maybe revisiting that at a later date. And when we go in towards everything else, we can actually do our cast ability, which if we're moving forward, we can do it, and then he will just do his ability like that. He's like pushing it out of himself. Now I need to change how the face is interacting because it's not literally connected to the sprite that's producing the animation, so the face needs to change direction depending on whether he's casting or not. So I can go off of those booleans and then just change that inside of how that's actually constructed. So that's not actually too hard, which I'll probably do today. The other thing is mounted, change sprite. He's now a torso, and very simply put, it will check everything on that. But the thing that I need to actually bear in mind is mounted is always checked first, because you don't want the character to be doing anything to that effect. So no matter what animations I add in, mounted needs to be the first boolean that is checked, because this is all done off of booleans, because quite frankly it's the easiest way of doing it. And if I did it in an index, it wouldn't work as well if I did it like I do like the hairstyles and the faces, because when we're checking the animations and we're checking the sprite materials, like for the hair and the face, for everything, I do that off of an index and a name, so it's done off of a map. And when it's done with the base animations for just moving and doing all that stuff, it's mainly due in part for boolean for those. So actually, some of you guys were asking about the code, and this one's really dead simple. If we just go in towards the main character BP, it literally is just going to check your velocity, your vector length, and is it greater than 0. That means is the character actually moving. This will either check whether it's going to be idle or walking animation. Then it will go into our pre-checks for everything else, which is the boolean check for the mounted system. So if he is mounted, he will play that. Then it will go into the next check for attacking, then it will go for spells, and then go for crafting, and then at the end will be player death. And that is pretty much how everything's going to go about. However, looking at this, player death needs to be checked as well on this front over here as everything else. So I will have to switch that round, because the character will be able to play animations for his attacking and that when he's dead, and we don't want that. That's just occurred to me, so I will have to sort that out. The other thing of note when it comes towards the game as a whole is now we pretty much have all my little key elements that I actually want for how everything will actually be spread out and everything. And the thing of note that I will be doing moving forward for all of this is I need at least probably a day or two to just go over the profession system, mainly due in part of modular crafts Now this will go inside with the quests because obviously hand-drawn 2.5D crafting focused RPG. Yeah, so professions are going to be a big thing. So like things like your copper sword craft, I need to actually revisit all this stuff. That hence why I didn't do anything just yet with everything else to that effect. So jumping in towards all of this and all of the blacksmithing and everything with that, I'm going to be doing an overview on this stuff because I want the design patterns to be in place and then you add your materials to that design. So I need to run system checks on the inventory and what items can go where for a specific craft. So if you want a sword, yeah, wood can be made into the blade, metal, but you can't add water because that would just be silly. And it's things like that I want to overview and all that stuff. Judging by all of this, I just need to get started on that, so I will be doing that. So don't expect a video for tomorrow. However, I'm glad we've got the animations in. I'll make those little amendments and or tweaks, and that is everything for today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be soon.